Dear students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back in this lecture of our subject project management or engineering management. In this lecture, we'll continue what we have started in the last and the before last lecture for the schedule management. Today we're going to discuss the topic of construction project duration estimation. We will learn the basics, tools and techniques that are being used for the estimation of the duration of any project. To start with, I want to remind you that estimation of duration of the project is very important. Rather, it is directly related to the definition of the project, as the basic definition of project says that a project is an endeavor that is unique and has a specific start and specific end. Certainly there is a continuation of this definition, but this is at least the major and most important part of the definition. So a definite start and definite end means a definite duration. That's why we have to go into this project duration estimation. As usual, in this lecture, we will emphasize more on construction projects, but still I want to remind you that everything we say here in this lecture that is related to the construction projects would again hold true for all other types of projects. So the construction project duration estimation is the process of predicting how long a construction project will take to complete. And it is an important part of construction management, and it helps to ensure that projects are completed on time and within budget. So there are a number of different methods that can be used to estimate a construction or construction project duration. Some of the most common methods include: first method is the historical data. So what do you mean by historical data? In this method, actually, we gather data or use the data from past projects to estimate the duration of new projects. So we have here two choices. One choice is that based on the company or organization history, from the templates that we have, from the lessons learned, from the OPAs or the organizational process assets that we have, we refer to all of these assets, all of these documents, and get information from previous projects that are similar to the project we are executing, or at least willing to execute. The second method would be to gain or get such information or such type of data from some other organizations that might be willing to share the information with us, or they are willing to even sometimes sell the information. And this method is most accurate when the new project is similar to the past project, and this or the projects that we are using their data for analogy or as a reference. So this is very important, is that we have to choose quite similar projects. Otherwise, the data would be meaningless. Then another method is the expert judgment. What does this mean? As we have seen before, and as it is well known to everyone who's involved in project management, that expert judgment is one of the most important tools and techniques that the project manager and the project team would use to actually do a lot of things. And one of the things that might be done is this process of duration estimation, or the estimation of the duration of the project. So this method involves using the judgment of experts to estimate the duration of projects. This depends on what? Depends on the previous experience that they have in similar projects, again, by common sense. And this method is most accurate when the experts have a lot of experience with similar projects. Okay, this is very important. We would contact experts that have past experience in project management or in schedule management, time management for similar types of projects. Then the third method would be the statistical methods. So using statistical methods. And this method involves using statistical techniques to estimate the duration of projects or duration of a project. What does this mean? It means that we use the statistical tools, statistical software, for example. Okay, but then for us to use such a method or statistical methods, then we must have enough data. So this method is most accurate when there is a lot of data available for the project. Okay, to what extent we'll go for this availability, or when we talk about a lot, this depends on the definition that would be defined by the statistical methods being used. But again, in general, we have to have enough data available for the project so that we can use this statistical methods. Then the software tools, and certainly we have a number of software tools that can be used to estimate construction project duration. These tools can use a variety of methods, including historical data, expert judgment, and statistical methods that we have been discussing before. Other methods might be analogous estimation, parametric estimation, like use of pair techniques. Okay, a lot of techniques, but these are the you can say the most important tools and techniques that we might use for the estimation of the duration of the project. Remember that estimation of all activities and then aggregating all the estimations of these activities will help us in the end to establish at least a good reference about the duration. And I'm saying a good reference because still we have to do some sort of risk identification and risk analysis Sorry for that. We have to go for risk identification, risk analysis, and then we have to add this buffer or this time to our estimates to then be able to reach final acceptable estimation of the project duration. The accuracy of construction project duration estimation can vary depending on the method used and availability of data. However, with careful planning and execution, it's possible to estimate construction project duration with a high degree. Here we are going to discuss some tips that might be helpful for a successful estimation of the project duration. So these are the tips. Start early. So the earlier you start estimating the duration of a project, the more accurate your estimate will be. This is because you will have more time to gather data and consult experts. In fact, that's why usually in the project charter during the initiation phase, we will be having some sort of high level estimation of the project duration, where there we say that this is some sort of order of magnitude. Okay, that is not really accurate and needs to be more elaborated during the planning phase, and we have to be more accurate, and we'll be using what we call bottom-up estimation. Okay, so that we start from the work package level down in the bottom of the WBS or the work breakdown structure and go up, and then aggregate all of these estimates and then add the buffer generated from the process of risk analysis to reach to a point of good estimation. Then we use multiple methods. This is also very important as a tip. So try not to rely on a single method to estimate the duration of the project. Instead, it's preferable that we use a variety of methods to get more insight and more accurate estimation. Then we have to be somehow conservative. So it's always better to underestimate the duration of a project. Why underestimate? Because still we'll go into the risk identification and risk analysis. Then this will end getting a baseline for the project schedule. And this is because it's easier to add time to a project than it is to take time away from it. But this, we have to be cautious doing so. Okay? It needs some sort of experience. Then we have to update the estimates regularly. This again because of the concept of progressive elaboration or rolling wave planning. So as the project progresses, it's important to update the estimates of the duration of the project because things get progressively elaborated and things might be more clear as we move forward. Okay, and probably things might differ. Okay, so the actual estimation of the duration might differ from the estimated duration due to the unforeseen circumstances. This usually happens in projects. So by following these steps, then we can improve the accuracy of construction project duration estimates and help to ensure that the projects are completed on time and within budget as we seek or as we plan. Here we want to go through some sort of a practical example using the critical path analysis. Okay, let's say that we have finished the estimation or the rough estimation of the duration of different activities for a simple construction project, and we go on to this practical critical path analysis or CPA example for a construction project. So the project is the construction of new office building, and these are the tasks that we have. We have the excavation, which is digging the foundation for the building, and the estimated duration of this activity is 2 weeks. We have the laying of foundation. So laying the foundation for the building is the second activity, and the duration of this activity is 3 weeks. Then number 3, we have the framing. This is the activity of erecting the frame of the building. Okay, and we estimate the duration of this activity to be 4 weeks. We have the roofing or the installing of the roof on the building, and we estimate the duration of this activity to be 2 weeks. Then we have the electrical work, in which we have the installation of electrical wiring in the building, and we estimate the duration of such an activity by 3 weeks. And then we have the plumbing, and it is the installation of the plumbing pipes in the building, and the estimated duration for this activity is 3 weeks. Then we have the HVAC. Okay, so this is the installing the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. HVAC is actually the abbreviation of this: heat, ventilation, and air conditioning system in the building. We estimate the duration of this activity to be 2 weeks. Then number 8, we have the drywall. Sometimes this is called the gypsum board or the false ceiling. It's the installing the drywall in the building. We estimate the duration of this activity to be 4 weeks. Then we have painting. So painting the walls and ceiling of the building, and we estimate the duration of this activity to be 3 weeks. Then number 10, we have flooring. This involves installing the flooring in the building, and we estimate the duration of this activity to be 2 weeks. Then we have the finishing, and this is the activity of completing the final touches on the building, such as installing doors, windows, and trim. So we'll call this finishing or finishing and inspection. Okay, we'll just make them as the last activity. Then we'll go into the dependencies of for these activities. I've talked about the dependencies before, and here all dependencies will be of that sort of finish to start. Finish to start. You remember this? I've talked about this before. So these are the dependencies. Which activity depends on which activity, or what activity or activities. So the foundation cannot be laid until the excavation is completed. So the foundation depends on the excavation, so we cannot start foundation until we finish the excavation. So we have to finish the excavation for the foundation to start. Finish to start relationship. Then the framing. cannot be erected until the foundation is completed. Again, finish to start relationship. Then the roofing cannot be installed until the framing is complete. Then electrical wiring cannot be installed until the framing is complete. And then plumbing pipes cannot be installed until the framing is complete. And then the HVAC system cannot be installed until the framing is complete. We notice something here, that we have 3 activities that are dependent on this framing. So electrical wiring, plumbing, and HVAC cannot start unless we finish the framing, which again is dependent on the roofing, which is dependent on the foundation, which is dependent on excavation. Then the drywall cannot be installed until the electrical wiring, plumbing, pipes, and HVAC systems are installed. So again, this drywall is dependent on these 3 activities of electrical wiring, plumbing, and HVAC system installation. The painting cannot be done until drywall is installed. The flooring cannot be installed until the painting is complete. The finishing cannot be done until the flooring is installed. These again are this is the critical path that we will see how to actually calculate or identify. Okay, let me just go into the second slide and then come back to this slide. I want you to just concentrate with me here. Actually, these are the activities. I'll tell you how things go, but let me first just define this square here, what we have here inside. Okay, here we'll define in each of these squares, we'll define 7 parameters. First parameter is the early start, ES, which is defined here in the legend. ES is the early start. What do I mean by early start? The earliest time that the activity can start. So the activity cannot start before this time. Then we have the duration, how much time this activity will take, and then the early finish, EF, early finish. Okay, duration, we have seen the duration that we estimate actually. Early finish is the earliest time that the duration, the activity can finish. Then we have the task ID, which is a number or something, like any type of ID. Actually, here I'll not use an ID. I'll just, for simplicity, use the explicit name of the activities. Okay. Otherwise, when it is in the professional life or professional way of depicting the things here, it should be the ID, not the explicit name of the activity. But just to make it easier for you, I'll just use the explicit direct name of the activity. Okay, so it's the task ID. Then we have the LS, or the latest start. How much late? I'll discuss all of this. How much late can the activity start without affecting the total duration of the project? So how much late can it start without making the project go beyond the expected duration or expected time? Then we have the late finish, or LF, latest finish. How much late the activity can start without again affecting the duration of, or the total duration of the project. We have here what's called TF, or total float. Okay, total float is the maximum delay that the activity can undergo before causing a delay to the project. And as we'll see that when it is on the critical path, all activities on the critical path or all critical activities will have a total float of 0. Will have no float. Okay, we will see this. Let's just start. Let's start. These are the activities we have. We have with their dependency. We have first thing, as we have seen in the question, we have the excavation work to start, then the foundation. After finishing the excavation, we have to start the foundation. After finishing the laying of foundation, we can start the framing. After finishing the framing, we can start the roofing. Then, if we finish the roofing, 3 activities can start simultaneously. These 3 activities, as given in the question, which is mostly practical actually. Okay, after finishing the roofing, 3 activities can start at the same time, simultaneously: electrical work, plumbing, and HVAC. Okay, then if these 3 activities finish, and it's necessary that all of them finish, that we can then we can start the drywall or the false ceiling or the gypsum board. Then if we finish the gypsum board, we can start the painting. If we finish the painting, we can start the flooring. If we finish the flooring, we can go for finishing and inspection. Okay, here I just mentioned inspection, but actually I mean inspection and finishing. Okay, let's go again to the beginning and see. This is day 1 or week 1. Okay, and if you go back to the question, the duration of this activity was 2 weeks. Okay, then it will start by the beginning of the first week. It will take 2 weeks. The total duration is the latest the earliest finish for this would be week 2. When I say week 2, I mean the end of week 2. It will finish by the end of week 2. So it will have 2 weeks because it will have the first week, second week. By the end of second week, it will finish. That's why I've mentioned 2 here. Okay, so how do we calculate this? You just have to add this and subtract 1. Just as so, 2 plus 1 is 3, minus 1 is 2. Then the foundation will start the very next week to this, which is mean the third week. So we just have to add 1. Add 1 here to get this 3. Okay, so we start by the beginning of third week. It will take 3 weeks to finish. So again, third week, fourth week, and fifth week. So by the end of fifth week, this activity will finish. So again, 3 plus 3 is 6, minus 1 is 5. Same thing we have done here. Add this and this. So the early start plus the duration minus 1 will give me the earliest finish. Then add 1 to go into framing. Okay, so this will bring us into 6. 6 and the duration is 4 as given into the question. This is given to us. So 6 plus 4 is 10, minus 1 is 9. We'll just go like this. Then 9 plus 1 is 10. So 10 will come here. Okay, 10 plus 4 is 14, minus 1 is 13. Please forget about these here. Please forget about them now. I'll come back to these numbers down below just in a few minutes. So please forget about them now. Just concentrate on this, what we call the forward path. Forward path. So here we reach on 14th, so we have to add 1. So we'll start, this activity will start on 14th, this again will start on 14th, and similarly this, all of these 3 activities will start at the same time. So they will all start on the 14th week, which is 13 plus 1, okay? But then their duration is different, okay? This is very important. So the duration of this electrical was 4 weeks. So 14 plus 4 is 18, minus 1 is 17. And this duration is 3 weeks. So 14 plus 3 is 17, minus 1 is 16. Then we have for the HVAC, duration is 2. So 14 plus 2 is 16, minus 1 is 15. Okay. Now be careful. Now we have here 17, 16, and 15. Which would start here? Shall we use 17 plus 1 or 16 plus 1 or 15 plus 1? Actually, we will use the maximum. Which is the maximum here? Is it 17, 16, or 15? Certainly it's 17. So we have to add 1 to 17. So the number here would be this, which is the largest, plus 1, which is 18. Okay? Then the duration is 5. Again, go the same thing. 18 plus 5 is 23, minus 1 is 22. So as normal. Then 22 plus 1 is 23. 23 plus the duration of painting is 4 is 27, minus 1 is 26. Then 26 plus 1 is 27. 27 plus the duration of flooring, which is 2, is 29. 29 minus 1 is 28. Then 28 plus 1 is 29. 29 plus 1, which is the duration of finishing and inspection. This is 30. 30 minus 1 is 29. Now we finish what is called the forward path. Going like this, you see how this arrow is going in this direction. So this is called the forward path. Okay? Now, what we have to go, now we have not mentioned anything about this. Nothing. Let's now see how this go, which we call the backward path. Backward path. It goes like this. This number, we just have to drop it here. Same number we get here, 29. We start with this number and just have it here. Okay? And then, again, this number, 29, minus this number, which is the duration, plus 1 will give me this number. So 29 minus 1 is 28, plus 1 is 29. It will go here. Then we minus 1. We have been adding 1 when we moved here. It will minus 1. So 28 minus 1 is 29 minus 1 is 28. Okay? Again, 28 minus 2 is 26, plus 1 is 27. Then we minus 1 here. This give us 26. 26 minus 4 is 22, plus 1 is 23. Then 23 minus 1 is 22. 22 minus 5 is 17, plus 1 is 18. Okay, now we stop for a minute. Okay, now this is 18. What we have to have here, here it was different, but when we go back, no, it's the same. Just 18 minus 1 is 17, so 17 will go here, here, and here. Okay, all of them is 17. But then see what happens. 17 minus 4 is 13. 13 plus 1 is 14. Here, 17 minus 3 is 14. 14 plus 1 is 15. Then 17 minus 2 is 15. Plus 1 is 16. Okay. Again, concentrate here. We have 14, we have 15, we have 16. Which one to choose? This time we'll choose the least one. Which is the lowest? Is it 14, 15, or 16? No, it's 14. This is the lowest. So we'll choose the lowest number. We'll subtract 1. So 14 minus 1 is 13. So 13 will come here. Then we'll continue as usual. 13 minus 4 is 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. Then 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 minus 4 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 minus 3 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. Then 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. And this is finished. So we finished everything except these numbers in here, in the middle. What is this? What is this in the middle? Always remember this TF or total float would be either one of both. You have to just subtract this minus this or this minus this. Both would be equal. So it equals latest finish minus earliest finish or latest start minus earliest start. Let's see what happens here. 1 minus 1 is 0, and certainly 2 minus 2 is 0. So 0 will come here. 3 minus 3 is 0. So this is 0. 5 minus 5 is 0. They have to be the same. They cannot be different. 6 minus 6 is 0. 9 minus 9, again it's 0. 10 minus 10 is 0. 13 minus 13 is 0. Okay? Then here, concentrate here. 17 minus 17 is 0. 14 minus 14 is 0. 15 minus 14, this is not 0, this is 1. But again, 17 minus 16 is equal to 1. So be careful. If this comes to be different than this, then you have something wrong. They have to be equal. No way that they are different. So cannot have, for example, here, like the difference here 2 and the difference here 1. No. The difference between this and this has to be equal to the difference between this and this. Then 16 minus 14 is 2. And 17 minus 15 is 2. Again, similar. Okay? 18 minus 18 is 0. 22 minus 22 is 0. 23 minus 23 is 0. 26 minus 26 is 0. And so on. Okay? Now, notice two things. That we have only two activities, okay, which have float more than 0, which is not 0. This activity and this activity. So these activities are not critical. We can delay without affecting. We can delay this activity by 1 or delay this activity by 2 weeks without affecting the overall duration of the project. How to estimate the overall duration? Certainly is this number. This number is 29, which is the duration of the project. Okay, total duration of the project. How to, which is we call the critical path, which we estimate using this critical path. What path is we have to go for the estimation? We have this path, which is in red, okay, all in red, okay, and we have this path to go to the end, and we have this path to go to the end. 3 paths. We don't have any 4th path. So let's start estimating the duration for the 3 paths. Let's go this way first. Here we have the duration 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. Go this way. 13 plus 4 is 17. 17 plus 5 is 22. Plus 4 is 26. Plus 2 is 28. Plus 1 is 29. Remember this number, 29, which is here. Now let's try going directly like this. We have 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 3 is 16. 16 plus 5 is 21. 21 plus 4 is 25. plus 2 is 27, plus 1 is 28, which is less than the critical, is 28. We have a final path like this. Let's again go. 2 plus 3 is 5, 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 4 is 13, 13 plus 2 is 15, 15 plus 5 is 20, 20 plus 4 is 24, plus 2 is 26, plus 1 is 27. Okay, which one to choose? We choose the longest, which is having the highest number. Longest is this one. Okay, this one. So this is the duration of the project. The path with the longest duration or the higher duration, okay, longest path would be what we call our critical path. Critical path. Critical path on which is the path on which all activities are critical. Again, what do you mean by critical? They have zero float. So if we go around this path, you will notice that all activities on this path have a zero float. Okay, we cannot delay. But here we can delay by 1 day. Here we can delay by 2 days. Okay, we can delay, either we can start 1 week later or late, or we can finish 1 week late. And here we can start 2 weeks late or finish 2 weeks late. Okay, so this is the in simple the critical path diagram and the critical path method. This is the estimation of the duration for our example using the critical path diagram or the critical path method, which is 29 days. So again, we go to our example. So this is the critical path. Please just, okay, this is wrong. I mean, the total duration should be 29 as we estimated something. This is a mistake. Okay, please correct this to be 29. Okay, I'll just correct it. Just wait a minute. Sorry for the mistake. So I've corrected this. So this is the corrected, the right solution, which is total project duration is 29 weeks, as we have seen. Okay, by calculating the critical path. Okay, and these are some additional benefits of using the critical path method, which is the improved project planning and scheduling, increased likelihood of project completion on time and within budget, reduced risk of project delays and cost overruns, improved communication and collaboration among project stakeholders. So I'll rather stop here, and by this we have finished this project schedule plan. Okay, and this will be considered the last lecture in this subject. Okay, now we are finished, we are done. This is number 10, lecture 10, and this is the final lecture. We have nothing more. Please go through all the this lecture and all the previous lectures. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. Your feedback is very important. Wish you very best of luck, and hope to see you very soon in a new course or new subject. Good luck. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.